is x greater than 0.05? So 0.05 is one of those decimals that I've just sort of remembered. It comes up frequently enough that it is worth committing to memory. And so 0.05 is equal to 5 over 100, which is equal to 1 over 20. And so anytime you see 0.05 or 5%, it's worth knowing that it's just 1 over 20. And I usually prefer working with the fractions over decimals. So I will rephrase my question here as, is x greater than 1 over 20? And so if I'm trying to compare my statements to a fraction, I either want to get the denominator in my statements to match my question, or the denominator in my question to match my statements. And that would be the easiest way to compare the values they give me. Statement 1, x is greater than 3 over 40. And so if I want to get a denominator of 20 here, I can just multiply the top and bottom by 1/2, and that will give me x is greater than 1.5 over 20. And so if the question is asking, is x greater than 1 over 20? And here we know x is greater than 1.5 over 20. Then we certainly know that the 1.5 over 20 is greater than 1 over 20. And so this statement is sufficient. Statement 2 says x is greater than 3% of 50. So x is greater than 3%. So that's 3 over 100 of 50. So that's just times 50. And so 50 over 100 is just 1/2. So this is the same as just 3 times 1/2. So this is just saying x is greater than 1.5. And so if our question is asking that, is x greater than 1 over 20? The statement tells us x is greater than 1.5. Well, 1.5 is much bigger than 1 over 20. This sort of took me aback for a second, I would say, because usually the values are actually kind of close. Here, not so much. So statement 2 is also sufficient, and our answer is D. It looks like what they're trying to get you to do is maybe just confuse this with the 1.5 over 20 from statement 1, but even then it would still be sufficient. So I'm not sure why they did that, but I'll take it anyway. The answer is D.